This episode is sponsored by straws that have the little accordion bendy part and a colorful stripe. They're super neat, and they make that cool sound. Stick a few together for a long straw. Isn't that fun? Little accordion bendy straws. Go get some. Welcome back to another episode of Hold Your Horses, Idioms for Idiots. Kick back and relax as the three idiot horsemen dialogue, debate, digress, and delve deep into the mysteries of our ridiculous language and its many idioms. We'll get to the bottom of these fabulous phrases before the cows come home. So saddle up, sit back, and let's ride.
So, a new episode, a new canvas to paint with. Memories and ideas and experiences. To start it off, I wanted to ask a few things. Okay. I don't really know which one
to ask us.
Yes, which one to ask you, because it kind
both.
of. Okay, no, I don't want to do this one. I feel like if I ask it, then people are going to become physically ill. So I'll just go with the safe one.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is everyone's opinions on eggs? The food. Eggs.
Cooked?
Raw? Yeah.
Just an egg in
Oh,
general?
just in general. Like
They're fun to throw.
yeah, okay. See? You went to throwing first rather than eating.
Well, they're easy to smash.
Do you not like them?
No,
is
I
it
love
something
eggs.
you love them? Oh,
I
wow,
had
okay.
scrambled eggs
That's
for
passionate.
dinner last night.
Wow.
What's your favorite form scrambled?
I like poached eggs.
I like the sunny side.
Eggs Benedict.
Happy.
I love Eggs Benedict.
So can you poach an egg quite well?
I can do a decent poach.
I tried, and the whole boiling of the water, and then the vinegar, and then keeping all of the...
I actually found a shortcut to that.
Yeah.
Is it illegal?
To poach eggs.
Just like ching.
Nowadays.
Yeah,
All right.
poaching.
Yeah.
Poacher. No, there's a little thing you can buy that's like electric, and has this little like plastic like incubator thing, and it steams. You put a little water in, and it just steams them out. It turns out pretty good.
Yeah.
I like all the kinds of eggs. It's a perfect protein.
Yeah.
They're pretty cheap for food. I think I'm a big
Deviled eggs.
deviled
so
egg. Yeah.
Good.
I
Deviled
don't know if
eggs,
there's
so
an egg
good.
type I'm not.
Yeah.
Even a good hard-boiled
We do
egg.
hard-boiled
that's
eggs
great.
with salt in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we can
Little
afford.
tapatio, top.
You guys are saying so much that
About
I'm going
eggs.
to cover. Yeah.
Oh.
Even in the last
We're just
episode
taking everything.
about Rocky, and it's great. No, like you're not, I have more
you
to
thought
say.
you were thinking of Rocky?
Yeah,
Trav,
I was
too?
thinking of Rocky, but we're not going to get there yet.
Okay.
But
I think the important thing is that you experience just an excellent show. And I don't want your expectations to be too high, but I don't want your expectations to be too low.
Except when people come to our show,
Right.
they know.
Yeah.
They know what to expect.
They do. I feel like we're kind of egging you on a little bit.
Yes,
though.
you are. So
Eggo my
I might
Lego.
as well cut
Why
to the
are we
chase. Do you know why though? I thought about the smell thing because rotten eggs are bad. So
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say something about
that's true. Those are the worst
smells.
Those
that
are the
you've
worst kind of eggs.
Experience,
Rotten.
but eggs.
I don't think I've ever had one like in the house like that I forgot about. Like
just in your pants.
Just there's other rotten egg smells I've smelled. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like common, I don't think.
Rotten eggs?
Like for a normal person, like how long would you have to have a egg?
No,
it would have to be out in like the chicken
but it's
coop.
got that very sulfuric.
Yeah, it's like
it's
soaking in a hot spring.
I'm not gonna name names, but I share a classroom with auto shop teacher. Sometimes car batteries are left charging overnight, and so I come in the morning and I'm like, is that a gas leak? And I put my lighter away really quick. Not really, but then I'm like, no, that's just a battery that exploded, and it's very potent. So but I bring it up because as we were going through this and prepping for
egg on your face.
There's that one too.
Oh.
But we're not going to go over that.
Oh.
No. We look in our idiom books, right? And so for inspiration / which ones we're going to present. And there was one on there that there's a lot on there that I've never used or heard, and one of them caught my eye, and it's don't teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
Wow. I use that all the time.
Don't teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
I use that pretty regularly.
Okay, good. That's the one.
But it's always
Suck it, grandmother.
It's always granny.
That's what I
It's
usually
always
say.
granny.
piece of sage advice that you tell people. Yeah.
Hey, don't teach granny to suck eggs, all right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And everybody nods like,
and they know.
They know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm the only idiot in the room that doesn't know. So I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
You've got egg on your face.
Seriously, I did so much digging
research
that I was, by the end of it, I was hoping to find
the answer.
Not
cheating.
Not the answer. But I was hoping to like come up with a good
find
guess.
something. Yeah,
something.
I was just like, I don't care anymore.
Don't teach grandma to suck eggs. Do you even have any idea of what it even means?
No. I was so fascinated by. I started
That's the thing.
No, look. Okay.
No,
okay.
There's
right,
so many
take us
questions,
there.
Trav,
Take
and I
us
already
there.
got one that came right into my head.
I know. I got a good one.
You got one?
Yeah. Well, I got a good one of where it came from, but I don't know what it means. I need to think about that.
Well,
so I hope that I give you some ideas.
Can you say it one more time? What is it?
So the whole thing is, don't teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
Don't teach
it's
your
easy.
grandmother
Okay.
to suck
It's easy.
eggs.
It's easy?
It just
It's
makes
so
sense
easy.
to me. You start with grandmother and work your way down. Okay.
Okay.
Start with grandmother.
It takes a special mind.
Anyways, house.
We go.
So,
I mean, sucking the egg is easy.
You ever sucked an egg before?
A few things that come up is that, like, it's obviously something that's not allowed or not. It's not a good thing
to
right?
teach grandma to suck eggs.
Don't teach grandmother to suck. Like that's not. You're not supposed to do that. Anyways, let me keep going here. Okay. So you as the younger person are teaching the grandmother something.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, that's weird. Is
elder abuse?
Is that something that's like, oh, this is what the kids are doing these days? Like, sucking
like
eggs,
sniffing glue.
Oh, the
here's
kids
how
are
we
sucking
do it.
eggs.
Here's how we do it.
Or the kids are
and
teaching
then
grandmas
the
to
grandmother,
suck eggs.
hey, here's how you do it.
Hey, grandma,
right?
this is what all the cool kids are doing.
Or it doesn't even have anything to do with like eating at all.
Oh.
It could just be like, you apply this to something else.
Right.
I don't know. But I started looking at eggs. Okay, in the history of eggs.
Oh, I like eggs.
So
just open up your fridge and just started looking at
and
them.
I studied it.
Yeah.
And on the World Wide Web,
Such
I
a
looked it
thin
up.
shell.
And a website that I found,
eggs.com.
when
been there.
they looked at when, where, and why have people been eating eggs, and there was a lot of information.
Really?
This episode is sponsored by eggs.
I'm just going to read off some things.
All right.
Okay. So, ostrich and chicken eggs are the most common. Okay.
Yep.
In the world.
Obviously, these are very popular sources of food.
Yep.
Right. Numerous applications. They're easy to get. High amount of protein. They're adaptable. You can use them in a lot of different things.
Good.
But then there's also a lot of symbolism, religious, society, a lot of symbolism
Easter.
with eggs.
Easter eggs. Yep.
And so some history. Okay, back in 3200 BCE in India,
we're back to Lord days.
Jungle birds were domesticated, and then in China and Egypt, chickens were domesticated in 1400
I'd love
BCE.
to see a good jungle bird.
Even some evidence of consumption back in the Neolithic age. So Lorg was finding eggs and eating them.
And guess what he was doing with them?
Yeah.
Sucking them.
Maybe, and teaching
probably sucked
other
so many eggs.
people to
You
suck
don't
down
think
eggs.
there were chickens?
Right out of the gate.
I think
Who came first, the chicken or the egg? I mean, that's like a classic.
Which came first, chicken or the egg? I was going to ask that. Yeah.
I just picture Adam and Eve eating eggs, dude.
Yeah.
No, I think there were domesticated animals right out of the gates.
Yeah.
Found egg-laying hens in England and Gaul.
Yeah, they had
amongst the Germans. And then first domesticated fowl reached North America on the second voyage of Columbus in 1493. So he brought the domesticated birds over with the eggs.
Explain that again.
Just that in North America.
Got it.
Very good. The word egg is from Old Norse, and then the EY, or iron in plural, is from Middle English.
Oh.
And so eventually, like, they were debating which one should we use, egg or I.
What came
and then
first?
eventually egg
the
won
A or the I.
in the 16th century.
Yeah.
So birds and reptiles, they lay eggs.
Mammals.
Right?
Platypus.
And platypus, which is such an interesting animal.
Yeah.
Wait, go back to A and I, and they got egg.
Yeah.
It was like, which
Old Norse.
How are we going to pronounce
Oh,
this?
the first part they wanted to learn.
Yeah.
They already had the two G's, and they're just like, we need the A and the I. Are we going
E-Y.
A?
I think it was more about the execution of how they were going to say it.
Exactly.
Like,
And from
like
then
egg
on.
or Eig?
Egg or I.
Okay.
Iron. No, there's no. It's just egg or EY.
Wait, so Travis, you're telling me after
Yeah.
sounds like hours of research,
Yeah.
you've become somewhat of an expert.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
I'm proud of you.
Egbert the expert. That's
Wow.
right.
Wow.
So, and then we go into kind of the symbolism of eggs: life, rebirth, fertility.
Easter.
And some cultures place strict taboos on eating eggs.
Oh.
So the Aborigines in Australia would say that's a no-no. They
At all.
thought that they were
It's a real
descended from emus, so they would not eat the eggs
Aborigines did?
in Australia.
From
That's
emus.
a bummer. They were missing out on some serious protein.
So here
It's rough
is
out
where I kind of thought that I was getting close to, I thought I was
Here's
getting
a lot of notes.
I thought I was getting close to it. The Maasai of Burkina Faso in
Burkina Faso. That's a country.
in Africa,
Yeah.
they won't allow their children to eat eggs for fear of them becoming thieves. Because stealing of the eggs, it's like if you steal an egg, you're basically stealing a chicken.
So they're worried the kids are going to get hooked on eggs?
Just the idea of like taking something that's not theirs.
Right,
That's why I don't
so
let
they
it-
won't let them eat it?
Yes,
Yeah.
because to obtain
once
it.
they eat it, they'll like
They'll
it.
want it.
And
So
then
I'm
they'll want
thinking
more.
maybe domesticated birds were not a thing. So they would just find birds and like, don't take the eggs
because
then
that's
you're going to be a thief for the rest of your life.
Gotcha.
And you're going to steal other things.
Right.
So they would say, do not do that. So I'm like, hey, don't teach grandmother to suck eggs. Don't eat eggs. I don't know.
Well, that's a
But
good
that was
explanation.
inconclusive, okay?
Okay.
And then,
Next page.
next page. I just
Jeez.
wanted to throw a shout out to any Succession fans. Have you guys seen Succession at all?
No, explain.
We're not sponsored by
Explain it.
HBO and Succession.
Explain it in
No,
succession.
explain it.
Explained right now. It is the story of a media mogul and his family.
Okay.
Basically, like it's a commentary on like Rupert Murdoch and his family, right? And like who is next in line
I don't know.
to claim the CEO position of this
Oh,
media
okay. But it's a
conglomerate.
little exaggerated, right?
It's a little exaggerated, but like it's
Exaggerated.
pretty
Dan's just
pretty real.
trying, yeah.
I'm just-
So one of the characters says, "You can't make a Tomlet without cracking a few Gregs." You'll know if you watch it.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Hope will know.
Excellent.
Okay, so then we go into kind of like eggs sold in a dozen. Why a dozen? Right? 12
Baker's dozen.
has symbolic meaning as well.
We've talked about
12.
12 before. Why do we talk about 12?
What is the
There was
most
an episode.
symbolic meaning of 12?
We talked about 12 though.
Yep.
What
Why?
is the most
numbers? What's the
That
best
was
number?
numbers, 'cause 12.
Yeah.
What's the most symbolic?
12 disciples.
7.
12 disciples
Oh.
of Jesus.
12
Very
days of
good,
Christmas.
right? And then also Americans embracing 12 as a standard of measurement
Months,
comes
12
from
months.
English roots, Old English roots.
12 inches.
But some people were opposed to just selling by count as opposed
Wait.
to size or weight.
Excuse me?
Just like, hey, a dozen eggs cost
Okay.
this much, right?
Yeah.
They
Oh,
weigh
gotcha.
different. They're
Gotcha.
bigger, right?
Right.
So
Some are double yolked.
exactly. Then we get into deviling.
Yes.
Deviling eggs.
And I've
Go
always
ahead.
thought deviled eggs were a bit extravagant. Like I feel like they're over, a little over the top.
And a bit exclusive to
Uh-huh.
maybe higher,
right.
realms of society. But
Well, explain.
deviling eggs is actually associated with kidneys and other meats, and it refers to highly seasoned, broiled or fried foods with hot ingredients. So people would equate deviling something with
Hot.
demons and the devil and hell as being hot. So that's where the name came
Jeez,
from.
That was it, huh?
Yep.
What a fabulous tale.
But then none of that yielded anything.
No.
So then I'm like sucking eggs, like the actual the history of eating eggs, and it goes all the way back to Egypt and whatnot, using
Sure,
it as a
yeah.
binding agent. But then, I found there's a long history of drinking eggs to fortify alcoholic beverages.
Gaston, I believe, drank 12 dozen eggs every morning to help
Yep.
him get large.
Oh, okay.
The size of a barge.
Yep.
Um,
The barge, yeah.
in the 1800s, beer with eggs was a reliable breakfast. It wasn't seen as
disgusting,
as intoxication or something like social. It was seen as nourishment.
Yeah.
So physical laborers, like miners and whatnot, they would have that for breakfast. Throw some eggs in there and some beer.
Honey, where's my...
Don't people do that for like a hangover?
Then in the 1930s,
yeah, Doc in part 3,
raw eggs became a hangover cure. The prairie oyster was a raw egg, Worcestershire sauce, and Tabasco, and people would just down it for a hangover.
Wow.
And
I was not expecting that.
Then Rocky. So then the gym bros, right? So I think
gym
for this,
boys.
Excellent protein, quick and easy. Obviously, in that scene, he's training. He needs protein. He's not going to spend so much time.
Yeah, otherwise he's exhausted.
This is in Rocky. This is Rocky 1.
You didn't see
Sorry,
it,
buddy.
Dang.
You didn't
He
see
drank
it.
raw egg.
Drank raw egg. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
And his exterior was just as toned as it gets.
Excellent.
Yeah. Thanks.
None of that did anything, but the whole Rocky thing. So that was so early 1900s, like 1930s, hangover cure, and then they kept kind of using it. But in the 80s and 90s, it was kind of frowned upon because of like health risks and maybe salmonella.
Sure.
So it was like no. And so then at this point, it had been probably an hour, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I think maybe in the 20s and 30s, due to health concerns or a way of saving time. Like, don't teach grandma to suck eggs. Like, that's easy. You can drink eggs, but like, take your time with it. Make
you're thinking suck them through a straw.
Meal, something, or like crack the.
Jeez, grandma.
It's too thick in the middle.
Hey,
the yellow part can't go through.
I hope people learned a lot about eggs today.
Yeah,
because I did.
You did.
Golly.
I'm actually really curious on the.
I hope you're ecstatic about it.
I am ecstatic.
Good.
The I'm curious if the hangover cure was right after Prohibition ended. If it was in the 30s,
and that was their way around it.
And it was just
no. I'm trying to cure. Well, you can't have a hangover because there's no.
I don't know. I didn't say that. Yeah. So
it's interesting.
Wow.
What do you think?
Right.
It's very specific in. Okay, go ahead.
Can this is as soon as you said it.
This is fun.
I just instantly you start with the grandmother.
Yep, and you work your way back.
Okay.
She hatched from an egg.
She's old.
Yeah, she is.
She has fake teeth.
That's what I was thinking.
You take those teeth out.
Okay.
That's all she can eat is eggs.
Yeah.
Sick.
And it's disgusting
it is.
to see her suck on the egg. So you want her to at least mash it up, Grandma.
Okay.
Slow things
so
down.
Don't be like, here, Grandma, suck this down. Don't teach her that.
Because without the teeth blocking, it can get
lodged right in this region, right here.
What type of eggs though?
Because it's a hard boiled.
Okay.
It's a hard boiled egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't suck on a.
No, yeah, you can.
Sunny side.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You just crack it in a bowl.
And those things are pretty viscous.
Suck it down.
They'll go right down.
Yeah,
like
no.
Oysters.
I'm picturing a hard boiled egg, and she takes her teeth out
oysters.
and starts sucking on it, and you don't want to teach them that.
It's disgusting.
That's what you envisioned 10 minutes ago before I went on my egg rant.
Yep. And you never came to a lady without teeth.
No, that's immediately what I thought of too. Was it just a very terrifying image.
And they don't really know what's going on. Though. Like
Grammy's over there, she's like fiddling with her
am.
food because it's like a meat and she can't eat it. And then like Timmy's like grabs a hard boiled egg. Grammy, like this. And Grammy's like, oh, thanks, Johnny.
A hard-boiled egg?
Yep. And then she goes like
How
this.
would you...
She goes like this. And then Grammy dies.
Timmy!
And they're like, Jimmy, don't teach Grandma to suck eggs. And they're like doing the Heimlich on her.
And then an egg just
flies. And everyone's like, oh, I was sick. And Grammy's like, sorry. I don't know.
You two are so wrong.
Grammy does.
You looked up the answer?
No. I'm just that's terrible.
Oh, you son of a gun.
If
that's it,
I'll eat my hat.
You'll be sucking eggs too, Grandma.
Yeah, eat your hat.
How did we miss out on eating hats?
No, it's eat my shorts.
Yeah,
it's
eat your
hat
shirt.
too.
No, I think
I'll eat my hat.
Simpsons. Bart says
what
eat
old
my
movie
shorts.
was that? It's like Swiss Family Robinson, but somebody eats their hat. starts eating
actually
her
eat
hat.
it? That's not
like in a
Susan
movie.
Robinson. No. I
It's
know that
not
movie.
that.
It was an
I know
old
that
Disney
movie
era.
verbatim.
Okay.
After me. After me.
Yeah.
I will say
another step.
the first thing I pictured was Cool Hand Luke.
worry, little buddy.
60 eggs or whatever he did.
Yeah, so what was that all about?
It was a challenge.
For what? Was it from the guards? Or was it like to win money?
I don't know. He was still in, like, it didn't do him any good.
I haven't seen
I just
this
remember him
movie
being
in a long
like
time.
sick, laying on the
Was that
hood of a
Paul
car.
Newman?
Paul Newman was in.
That was
Cool
a-
Hand Luke.
So Cool Hand Luke, if you haven't seen it, I clearly haven't in a long time. I don't know
It's
why
a
I was
while.
watching movies like Cool Hand Luke when I was like 7.
Because Dad grew up on
Dad,
those,
yeah.
and he loved them.
But I remember a scene where I feel like he's sucking down raw eggs, and he eats like 60 of them, and it's just like the sickest. It's just a slow, probably 10-minute scene, and he's just hoofing them down. All right, so we've got Grandma, we've got eggs. She doesn't have any teeth. Is it cruel? So basically, we need to try and figure out what this idiom means.
Yeah, what does it mean?
And
I've
I
got
think-
a quick fact while we're on
Okay,
it.
Cool Hand.
Yep.
Yep, 1948.
Here's something that they wanted you to
57.
know. Actor Paul Newman didn't actually eat the 50 eggs.
There were 50.
Yeah, but he didn't actually eat them all.
Well, thank goodness.
Yeah, as
Gosh.
clever editing techniques allowed him to only be seen eating 8 eggs on screen.
Sick.
Rocky ate all the eggs.
Well, he's
Meant
a
not
really
50,
he's a
but,
great
like,
actor.
yeah.
And also, Sylvester Stallone, I believe in the early 90s, was tried. I think he went to court because he was caught teaching his grandma to eat suck eggs.
Yeah.
That's a
because of
little
that
like
scene.
it's an unknown, which is weird.
So it's like a national sort of.
I mean, I picture.
crime.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe grandma is over there. She's working on trying to eat the egg, and then little Timmy just cracks him into a cup and gives her a straw because he's looking at her like, "What's she trying to do?" And she's just like,
But why?
And the
why not
food-
do it though?
the food's all over her face.
Don't teach her to do that.
because it's sick to watch Grammy suck down eggs through a straw. No one wants to see
When were
that.
straws invented?
Well, I don't know, but one of our episodes is sponsored by those straws with the little bendy things.
Yeah, egg
Isn't
couldn't
that
get
cool?
through that
Yeah,
band.
they make that
That's-
sound that
isn't that
goes
neat?
like. It's such a
it
cool.
is.
We need to get that sound.
Or like
I
the
think it's
coverings of the straw,
patented.
the worms that you take off the paper covering and then you put some water on
in the
it.
water, and
Oh,
it
and
goes. That was fun. So grandma and eggs could have been anybody. Could have been don't teach Aunt Lucy.
Straws are pretty
but it's
cool.
always here's what's crazy to think about.
Yeah,
There's a good chance
That it's
that more
snowing right
than
now?
one person was teaching their grandma to suck eggs.
Yeah.
For this expression to have caught on.
right.
I'm
Who-
thinking it's
who
from a TV show.
Okay.
Some
Yeah.
Who thinks it actually has to do with eggs though?
What?
Like
It better.
okay.
It better not be about toast.
What
or,
are you? What do
I
you?
don't know.
What do you expect?
Just trying to think outside
Or like
the box.
eggs.
or lollipops or popsicles?
Don't teach grandma to suck avocados.
Yeah.
Or artichoke.
Hey, he said the dumb thing about
I would
the
think there's a
circus.
lot of things you don't want grandma to be sucking down. Darjeeling,
I got-
sucking
But
grandma's cough
why
medicine.
grandma?
Well, because she doesn't have any teeth.
You know,
And
but
who else
grandpa's-
is gonna learn
Grandpas
to look
don't
out
have
for-
teeth too. Well,
Yeah.
because grandpa's like, I ain't doing that, and he
Right.
slaps him, and I don't know.
I'm almost picturing the egg just not peeled, and she's just with the shell, and the
The
kid's
full
like,
egg.
"Eat it, grandma," and the dad's like, "Don't,
What are you
teach-
doing? Don't do that. But he's like 3. Just
Yeah.
grandma.
And it's like
Grandma
like a
doesn't
joke.
know.
Yeah,
How would grandma know?
Or like what if some movies or something they have that little ornate egg holder
Oh,
and they
yeah,
would have
yeah,
the
yeah.
little
Yeah.
and they would
Oh yeah.
Yep. Slurp it up.
yeah, and it's,
Yeah, a little tiny egg holder.
but
Well,
that was
that-
probably like a poached
Victorian.
or something.
I
Yeah.
think it's Victorian
That's
era.
sucking. It's more of probably slurping in our dialogue
yeah,
today.
we would say slurp.
Dialogue. Not
Verbiage.
verbiage.
Vernacular.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Travis.
Like just
Sweet,
don't
sweet
slurp. Like don't
Yeah.
suck. Like just
So it's Timmy at the table.
It's proper.
He's 5, and he's like, Grandma, like this.
it's a manners
And-
etiquette thing.
And maybe
Manners
grandma's
and etiquette.
is
I
grandma
like
a
that.
little bit senile
It's-
at this
Probably,
point,
yeah.
and he's teaching her. She's
she
kind of
has
not
her
with it.
She's not her napkin's not really tucked in.
No, she's wearing a bib.
falling
Clutching her
apart.
pearls.
It's an odd scene.
It's Victorian era though.
Yeah.
Very.
And it's not pleasant.
Very well to do.
I don't
not
like the
nice.
scene. I don't want to see the scene.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it in a movie.
Okay.
Yeah. But I do. So it means don't
I like
be
the etiquette thing.
Yeah, just have good manners.
But
Don't
is that what it is? Like, hey, have good manners, or
Like,
don't be an idiot.
It's like
Be a
chew with your
good
mouth. It's an
human.
old way of saying chew with your mouth closed.
Keep your elbows off the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
pick your nose.
Have some manners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Have
Jimmy, have some manners.
some decency.
Jimmy, don't teach grandma to suck eggs.
Yeah.
And the kid, it's like, what? Oh, that's gross.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so are you.
Yeah, it is
the way
gross.
you're eating your veggies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Protein.
I think we've circled the wagons a little on this one.
Shall we look it up?
I mean,
I'm
don't see why.
intrigued.
I'm expecting a really good answer, and I think
Custard.
I think
something
the
custard.
explanation that you're going to find is going to leave us satisfied.
Exceptional.
And it'll be exactly what we wanted
Don't
to hear.
teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
Don't you
Meaning,
dare.
Don't offer advice to a more experienced person. Thank you. Does it have anything to do with eggs? What are you talking about? Avocado.
No. Listen. Stop. That's the meaning.
That's
we
the
were talking
meaning.
about the origin. You dingbat.
No. But that's what I'm saying though. The phrase itself, does it have to do with
Right.
eggs? That's what. Okay.
I was
All right.
not following.
Play it back. Play it back.
Play it back. All right.
In context.
So it's a kid talking to a grandma.
Yeah,
Elder abuse.
Well,
but also-
but that flips everything upside down because that's
Yeah,
kind of like
I wrote it down too.
But-
That
but-
it's like why is someone younger teaching the elder?
But why
That's
is
the
anyone
lesson.
sucking eggs in the first place?
That's a good question.
That's what we
and
care
that's why I
about.
said
It would be
does
better
it
to say
have
like
to do
don't
with
teach
eggs?
grandpa how to drive a car or something practical. But I mean, is
To
sucking
suck
eggs so common
it's so
at this
easy.
time? So we, everyone was sucking eggs.
It's so easy.
Eggs.
Have you ever sucked down an egg? There must have been a time when sucking eggs was pretty common.
Prohibition.
No, I think it's
we could-
1800s in the
We could
When
keep
did egg-
talking,
okay.
or we could
They were
listen,
sucking eggs.
or we can listen.
All right, start.
Sucking
In
egg
context,
fumes.
I've been fixing cars since before you were born. Don't teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
Oh,
There's our light. It's the battery. That's
no,
okay.
that's
though.
all right.
I'm not worried about it.
It began hundreds of years ago,
18.
before advanced dentistry techniques were common.
What?
In those days,
oh, grandma
dental
ain't got no teeth.
hygiene was not very good and dentures were expensive.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
When a poor person got old and their teeth fell out, they were left with only gums. I guess I'm gonna eat my hat.
Yes, you are.
It was
Sucking some eggs
often
here.
grandparents. Okay, one of the easiest foods to eat
Oh, boy.
without teeth was a hard-boiled egg that the person could suck down. It was often grandparents who were seen doing this.
Yes, it was.
And through years of practice, they became experts at eating eggs this way.
Did they write experts?
No.
Oh, idiots.
The phrase was first recorded in John Stevens' 1707 translation of the
Victorian?
collected comedies of the Spanish playwright Francisco de Quevedo, which contained the line, "You would have me teach my grandam to suck eggs." Oh, wow, and that's it. Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
boy.
My, how the tables have turned.
tables
Gonna
have
take
turned.
Your
Yeah.
hat off.
Yeah.
To
Is
him.
that-
I think I would.
Would you start with the
I
bill
think I
or
would.
the bat?
Probably
'Cause the bill-
Or do you just light your hat
the
on fire?
thin fabric
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
Maybe
were not
f-
expecting that, were
Maybe
you,
for everyone,
Travis?
since we have cameras, maybe at least put it in your mouth and
See,
take a little
but-
bite.
But I feel like
Everyone wants to see you
I
eat
feel
your
like
hat.
we were kind of split there.
We were kind of... What?
Because
Because you said
it-
egg?
No, because I said, does it have to do with eggs? And
course
it
it
did.
did.
It did say
Right,
like
the
the
meat-
meaning is to offer.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
I
I was
you
a little
didn't
lost
know.
on what
you didn't
were
know that the
trying to say.
meaning was don't offer advice to somebody who's
No.
more
No.
experienced.
I mean, we
That's
did have
the
a
meaning.
young kid
Yeah.
feeding an old grandma,
did
so we had
I
the
remember
age
saying
gap.
something
Yeah,
about
yeah.
little tiny Timmy.
Timmy was
feeding
referenced
Grammy
quite a
some
bit.
eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Boy,
the dentures and the teeth, like literally.
The dentures turned for sure.
That was as soon as you said
turned.
grandmother.
Yeah.
And suck.
That's what I thought.
I thought grandma's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like there's how else are you gonna eat an egg?
Okay.
And for all of you grandmas out there that are listening, which I think is our biggest, kind of our target audience. We're not. This is in no way meant to offend.
No,
because someday we'll be sucking eggs.
Because we'll be sucking eggs with you guys. Yeah,
soon.
And you're probably some of the best egg suckers out there. So
experts.
Yep, egg sucking experts.
That was fun.
That was
a good
fun.
One. Man, I'm
what
so
a good
glad
experience.
we do this.
It's great to come together.
We learn things.
And I honestly, I now have a new idiom. Most of the idioms we've done, I won't say I necessarily use on the daily or even the weekly, but I feel like I could. Yeah. This is one that I didn't even know existed. And now
kind of in an existential.
Here's a challenge,
tailspin.
Dear listener and viewer.
Forget about them. They're always watching us.
They're always watching us. I would challenge you to go out there, make it your mission to use this idiom in the right context. I want you to go up to somebody or just be listening. When somebody younger than you tries to give you advice, or someone else older, you go,
turn around.
Hey, hold it.
Hold it.
Don't be teaching
grandma to suck eggs. What? You heard me.
Yep. And
then
pull an egg out of your pocket and drop it on his face.
There it is. Yeah. By the way, you do have a little egg on your face from this episode.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Well, that was fun. I'm glad I could put a little pep in both of your steps and hopefully your step.
Tom has a big pep right now.
Until next time, signing off.
Signing off.
Right on.
Right on.
Yeah.